In the second episode of Say the Silent Part Out Loud, I'm going to be exposing and deconstructing what I believe to be manifestations of genuine Russophobia among Western Savior Putin Apologists, as opposed to baseless allegations of xenophobia against critics used as apologia, and the issues behind them. First, dog whistle, fake Russian. As with dissidents in other totalitarian countries, if you are casting aspersions on someone else's identity as a Russian, therefore insinuating that only people who fit the agenda you're trying to promote count as Russians, especially if you're not even Russian yourself, that is a form of linguistic colonization, as discussed before with other demographics. Second dog whistle, foreign puppet / Ukrainian Western shill. If you insinuate, as you might with other dissidents, that a Russian citizen literally cannot think for themselves, especially if you insinuate that they can't think for themselves without foreign intervention, you are subjecting them to an extremely condescending and degrading insult, no matter how you try to spin it, as discussed before. There's a word for this kind of thinking. It starts with an X. Oh yeah, xenophobic. Third dog whistle, NATO provocation or aggression. By using this term, you insinuate that the people of Russia have no right to criticize the conduct of the oligarchy who has been controlling their lives by framing it as opposition to NATO aggression, even if they themselves contradict that narrative based on the Putin administration's treatment of its own regime's citizens or evidence of misconduct during the Syrian civil war. So here's my question. If you rightfully wouldn't cast aspersions on the motives of a police brutality and corruption protester or opponent without solid evidence, why do you baselessly cast aspersions on the voices of other people who object to their own leaders' vicious over-ambition and avarice, among other things, regardless of whether or not they personally feel animosity towards the recipients of his aggression? Ultimately, I think all of us within civilized society need to say "do svinya danya" to this sort of piggish behavior.